One.
Good morning. My name is Leonard, and I'm taking journalism skills news. So, for this presentation, I will talk about news feature presentation, which is going to be my assignment for. Okay. So, the topic that I have chosen for my news feature is the current issue. So, under this current issue, I will be focusing on extreme punishments of physical abuse of students by the teachers. In this context, teachers are from the school teachers. Okay, well, so for some of the background of the study, for physical abuse of school teachers, actually this physical abuse of teachers to the students, it can involve a lot of various forms. Okay, for example, it can be in swearing form, yelling, humiliating, throwing objects like plastic chairs, raging, sarcasm, and beating. So for this physical abuse of teachers towards the students, mostly we can, in our country Malaysia, we can find out that the form is mainly on throwing objects and beating in Malaysia. Okay, so there are a lot of case studies that has happened in this year, so I picked some of the case studies to be discussed here. So for the first one, it's happened in India, in Lucknow, India. So it happens at August of 31st. Okay, this scene is captured by the CCTV in the classroom. Okay, that day, this is the teacher. The teacher beats the student because when she calls his name for the attendance, but the student didn't stand up. So she calls him up and beat him. Besides beating him, he also pushed him towards the blackboard, and then this student fell unconsciously. So normally for a teacher, for witnessing this scene, they should actually send them to the nearby hospital or clinic. But she didn't do that. She just left the classroom. So it's actually irresponsible. Okay. Well, so for the next study is happened at Hefei, China. This happens on September of 7, also this year. So this male teacher actually slapped all the students inside the classroom. Okay. The reason why he slapped them is because that he is not satisfied with their work. He asked them to do a Chinese poem, write a Chinese poem, but it turns out that he is not satisfied their work, so he just slapped them. And this is actually taken from a camera, from a phone, and that phone, the student take it secretly lah, and the teacher didn't notice that. And these pictures and videos are uploaded to the SNS, which is the social networking sites on China. So it went viral, and the teacher is suspended at the end. So he later need to go to apologize to the students, to the parents. Okay, personally. Okay. Okay, so for the next few case studies, I will be focusing on the issues in Malaysia. Okay, the first one is Shah Alam, in Shah Alam. So this issue involves the physical abuse of the secondary school disciplinary teacher and a Form 2 student. And that Form 2 student his name is Alex. Okay, so it's actually like this. Because in secondary school there are a lot of floors. Some are higher floors, some students stay at lower floors. So there are a group of students playing with a shoe at higher floors, and the shoe fell down from the higher floor and fell down in front of Alex. Then they asked Alex to throw the shoe back to them. So unfortunately, this thing is witnessed by the disciplinary teacher, and he should ask why he wants to throw back the shoe to them, or he has to investigate first before taking taking any action. But as a disciplinary teacher, he doesn't do that. He just use the shoe, hits Alex 5 times. And as a result, he stated in the Star Online that he has such kind of action because he lost control over his temper. Yeah, so he's not him. He stated that he's not him during that time. So as a result, this disciplinary teacher is transferred to the department office for paperwork after the investigation. So another example of case study, it happens in Baling, Kedah. This case study happens in a religious school or sekolah agama. Okay. There are 3 victims in this incident. 2, they have minor injury on head and waist. But for this particular girl, she had a fractured hand because the religious school teacher just used the plastic chair to hit those 3 students. So as a result, of course, the religious school teacher loses his job. Okay, so the last example that I give is it happens in 1st of 19 in this year at Kulai, Johor. The headline stated that parents want boot for teacher who hit with shoe. Okay, at a classroom, when the victim is talking with his friends during class time, and the teacher just used a shoe to hit the student, and as a result, 30 students protest in the school, demand for the apologize. So the parents also do so. So at the end, the teacher is transferred to another school because of the management. Okay. So based on the several case studies that I've given, we can know that this is a worldwide issue. It happens not only in Malaysia but also in other countries as well. So my focus for this news feature will be on Malaysia. Okay. So some ideas on developing the story. Why did I come out with this idea to write about this story, the news feature? Because remember a scene in Harry Potter? There's a professor, I don't know, Dolores Umbridge. Okay, she's very evil, I know. She dislikes Harry Potter, the main character, and she forces the main character to cut down the words "I will not tell lies" on his hand. So, but of course, this happens in the film, the film. And imagine that if this issue happens in reality, and a teacher asks you to cut down the words "I will not tell lies" on your hand, what will happen? Of course, it will cause the physical injury. But does this will affect their emotional or mental health as well? So this is why I come up. This is why I want to write about the physical abuse of students by teachers. So my news angle will focus on impact or effect on students' self-esteem and mental health. Okay, I want to find out that what this issue will affect on their self-esteem, meaning that self-confidence after they are being abused by teachers. Do the students really get have low confidence compared before they were beaten by the teachers, and also to mental health, because we know that physical abuse, of course, it will cause physical injury, but how about the mental health? Okay, so the significance of this news feature is that I want to let the society aware of this issue and how serious of this issue as it can give a huge impact on students who are the younger generations. And these younger generation or the students may be your friends, your peers, your siblings, or your children. So I want to quote a quote from the first president of Indonesia, President Soekarno. He stated that, "Give me 1,000 men, I will move the mountain. Give me 10 young men, I will shake the world." Okay, this quote has told us that how important is the younger generation, how important is the students, because they are the future pilots of our nation. Imagine if all our students right now, younger generation right now, have suffered mental health issue and have low self-esteem as a result of being abused by the school teachers. Do they can really, when they grow up, do they really can voice out their opinion, can build our nation? The answer is no. So I want to tell the society that through this news feature, I want to tell them that this issue is very important and needs to be tackled as soon as possible. Okay, so for the news value of my news feature, first one is proximity, because I will focus on Malaysia and it talks about this issue locally. And second one is timeliness, as I have given few case studies before. It happens in this year, so it's quite new for the public and urgent for the public to know that this issue is very serious. And thirdly, is about the impact. Informs the readers what this issue can cause. And through this news feature that I've produced for assignment 4, I want to tell the society that this issue can cause a lot of effects, and with this knowledge or this awareness of the society, they can actually prevent it. So for the interviewees of my assignment, I will interview on students. Okay, these students, if possible, I want to interview those who has been physically abused by the teachers, school teachers. If not, I will also interview the students who have friends being abused by the school teachers. Okay, so the second one is teachers. I will interview the secondary school teachers. And for parents, I will interview them who have the secondary school children or primary school children. And doctor, is that I want to know about more deeper insight for the mental issue, health issue for after being abused by the school teachers. So to prevent legal risks, to prevent my interviewees from suing me, I will get approval from the interviewees to use their quotation, to use their provided material to use in my assignment. Okay, I will also use photos from public sources. I will use those photos which are royalty free. I will not use those okay. I will also include citation that adheres to the journalism referencing. Okay. For example, if I want to use a quotation from the Star Online, I will state it in the news that who from the Star Online has stated that, something like that. Okay. So how to achieve balance? Okay, to prevent bias in my news feature, I will interview people from both sides to make sure that balance is there. Okay, for example, for teachers, I will not only interview the normal teachers, I will interview the disciplinary teachers as well. So for students, because if I interview all the good students, there will be there will no balance, because there are good students and bad students. So I wish to interview good students and bad students. And this is my reference list that I use in my news feature presentation, and that ends my speech. Thank you.